Let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. How many times have you been right here? You set a goal, you're pumped, you buy the new notebook, you download the app, you're all in. And for a week, maybe two, it works. You're that person. But then, life happens, the motivation fades, and eventually, you quietly quit. You tell yourself you'll start again Monday, but that Monday never comes. What if I told you that none of that was your fault, that you didn't fail because you're lazy, but because you were focusing on the wrong thing entirely? I'm going to show you the night I discovered your brain's hidden switch, the one that makes change automatic. A few years ago, I was stuck in this exact cycle. My friend Sarah was too. Her dream was to be a writer, but every time she sat down, her inner critic would scream, "Who are you to write a book?" it would say. She'd end up watching Netflix, feeling guilty, promising to try again tomorrow. She was focused on the action, write 1,000 words, but it felt like dragging a boulder uphill. Then, one rainy Tuesday night, I was researching neuroscience deep in the studies, and I stumbled onto a sentence that changed everything. It said, "Behavior that is incongruent with the self will not last. Let that sink in." Your brain doesn't just do things, it acts out who it believes you are. Sarah wasn't failing to write. Her brain simply didn't believe it was something a person like her did. She was fighting a war against her own identity, and you can't win that war with a to-do list. This was the hidden switch, the identity switch. The real change doesn't start with doing, it starts with being. I called Sarah and told her, "Forget the word count. I want you to do one thing. Before you write, say this out loud. I am a writer." She thought I was crazy, but she tried it. The next day, she didn't try to write a chapter. She just read one page of her favorite book and said, "I am a writer." The day after, she wrote one sentence and said it again. "I am a writer." She was building proof for her brain, a tiny piece of evidence each day. This is minimum viable progress. One push-up for the person who's fit. One page for the person who's a reader. These tiny actions aren't about the action. They're a signal. They're you whispering to your brain, "See, this is who we are now." And your brain starts to believe it. The boulder doesn't just get lighter, the hill disappears. If this is making sense, if you're seeing how this brain hack works, do me a huge favor and hit the like button right now. It really helps get this message out to more people. Within a month, something magical happened. Sarah didn't need to force herself anymore. Writing became a thing she just did, like brushing her teeth. Her identity had shifted. We then supercharged this by hacking her environment. We made writing easy. We moved her laptop to the kitchen table. We made distractions hard. She used an app to block social media during her writing time. This is the secret. You don't need more willpower. You need a better strategy. Your environment should make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult. This is how you build powerful habits. Put your running shoes by your bed. Unplug the TV and put the remote in another room. You are not a robot. You are a human being with a brain that can be gently, cleverly guided toward success. Sarah finished her book, not because she found endless motivation, but because she became a writer first. The actions followed. Your assignment tonight is not a huge task. It's a tiny identity signal. Who do you want to become? And what is the one ridiculously small action you can do today to send that signal to your brain? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. If this life-changing video clicked for you, if you felt that spark of maybe this could work for me, then share this with one friend who needs to see it. And if you want to actually master this and learn the next steps, how to use deep work and build a second brain, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because this isn't just information, it's a transformation. And the greatest transformation always begins with a single, tiny step. I'll see you in the next one.